welcome to today's pick card. Today we're going to take a look at what our 2022 kind of has in store for us. Alrighty, so take some time, look over the crystals, and let's see which one resonates with you the best. Alrighty guys, I'll see you there. Bye! Hey everybody, for those who picked this aventurine crystal, let's see what it is that Spirit has for us today. We have been pulling cards right off of whatever, so yeah, let's get into it. Okay, Spirit, what is it that my first group, the ones who chose my aventurine, what is it that they can expect for their 2022? All right, Spirit. Okay. What can they expect for their 2022, Spirit? Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Sun. Ooh-wee. Okay, so this looks like this is going to be the year, baby. Like, especially if you've been waiting for that year, this is it. This is gonna be it. Okay. So first off, it looks like there's going to be a change in your community dynamic. You're definitely going to have help. There's definitely going to be connections that are made that you can definitely depend on. These are people who will definitely be helping you to build a community, build what it is that you really want. And with the Death card, this tells me that honestly, there are some people who may be in your life right now who won't be in your life moving forward. We're gonna move these up because I don't like that whole glare thing that we got going on here. But this is telling me that there may be some people that as you move forward who aren't going to be able to move forward with you the way that you may like. So I feel like this is Spirit telling you right now, just kind of be prepared to let go. And by doing this, by letting go of these people, you're going to be able to plant new seeds. Honestly, these people, if Spirit is taking people away from you, it just goes to show that these people did not have your best interest in heart. And it's not necessarily, oh, they were wishing bad on me or anything like that, but they may just have toxic traits or a different mindset than what it is that you need, being able to move forward to where it is that you're going. Because it's not about anybody else. It's about you and what it is that you're supposed to be doing in this world. And Spirit's really letting you know, like right now, that there's new opportunities that are coming. This is a new opportunity for growth, for financial stability. This is like literally something you can build with your own two hands that honestly is going to lead you to a lot of success. This is honestly, this is financial independence, being able to stand on your own. And that's what Spirit's really like trying to let you know, like you're going to be able to stand on your own over this next year. And that right there is honestly so amazing. Your wisdom is going to be your guide. And so remember that knowledge, you can have knowledge. You can know what it is you can know how to fix a car. But wisdom is actually using it. Are you able to put that into action? Like knowing how to meditate, but do you actually meditate? Things like that. And these are going to be the things that really guide you. I feel like nature may even be like a huge thing. So like if you want to get out in nature more or, whatever, because we've been cooped up for the last kind of, but this is really Spirit telling you that like I feel like nature is going to be huge. You may even I don't know, I just kind of get like this vibe of like maybe even like a retreat or something, but like I feel like camping and like spending time in nature is really going to be it's going to be a theme over this next year, that you're going to be able to do these things. You also have the Ace of Wands, so there are new passions that are being ignited. And this is a new connection, not just with your passions in general, but this is a new connection with spirit itself. This is your third eye being open. This is being able to see things. Okay, is that going to work out for me? Is this going to work out for me? Is that the way that I should go? But it's also like just deep within, just this passion, this all the things that it is that you have been looking for. This is honestly, I get a sense of a lot of inner peace with this group. Like, it's a pretty grounded energy, which I dig, because sometimes if you've watched any of my pick a cards, you already know sometimes Dottie is not, but this is a very grounded energy, and there's a lot of balance that will be coming in. This is practical. This is everything, like, honestly, just working out for you. I love the fact that the sun is at the bottom of the deck. So much balance, generosity. Like, I'm telling you, this group next year is going to be like, it's going to be so great for you financially. And I feel like that has a lot to do with the things that it is that you've put in progress already. With the Nine of Pentacles, like, that doesn't just come easy. It doesn't just come to you overnight. That's definitely something that you've had to put some work into to be able to get to this point. Let's see if there's any additional messages for this right here. All right, Spirit, what additional messages do you have for group number 1, Spirit? What additional messages do you have? Come on. I know you got more than that. You just don't want to talk to me today? Is that it? What additional messages do you have for group number 1, please? Anything else? Anything else they have to look forward in their 2022? Ooh, okay. Yes. Okay. So, bottom of the deck is a positive movement forward, kind of like what I've already been saying so far, is there really is a positive movement forward. Okay, so it looks like I am getting, with this Temptation card, but this is the Double. I don't know why, but I feel like for some of you, there is going to be an ego death that happens. I don't know, when I saw this card, that's just how I felt, that there's going to be an ego death that happens. But when this happens, it's like literally nothing to be afraid of. It really is this type of, okay, well, this isn't working for me anymore. I'm better than this. Whatever the case is going to be, because for everybody, it's going to be different. However, this is Spirit telling you right here that there are some temptations. You may even be dealing with a lot of Capricorn energy, which is honestly really great. And if that's so, then the first 6 months of 2022, honestly, I would check where Capricorn is in your chart just to kind of see where it is that's going, if that's part of what's being affected as we move forward. We also have, so I know this isn't technically Virgo. I'm pretty sure it's Taurus, if I remember correctly, the Hierophant. But this is, with this and this together, it really tells me this is strong Virgo energy for me, a strong grounding energy for me. With the Solitude, understand that there may be some times over this next year that you, especially with the Nine of Pentacles, there may be a lot of time this year coming in that you are spending time alone, but don't be upset about it, because like neither one of these women is upset that she's spending time alone. So this may be a single year. Like if somebody, like if you looking for love, we'll pull some love cards and see what happens. But this is definitely something that, like, this is about your independence this year. Understand that anytime you are finding that you're spending more time alone. This is Spirit telling you that you're leveling up. So when it comes to Virgos, Virgos are highly intuitive. That's part of the reason why we give so much unsolicited advice all the time. But we're highly intuitive. But the reason we are intuitive is because we spend so much time alone. And by spending this time alone and getting to know oneself and just allowing the universe to kind of flow to you and through you, then you're able to really level up. That's why the Hermit has spent so much time alone, is because it is about him leveling up. It is about him coming to a new stage. Like I said, this ego death thing, this is that type of energy of spending time alone, getting to know yourself, and allowing Spirit really to just talk to you and through you and just give you the intuitive guises that it is that you need. But this is about alignment and about you really getting into what it is that Spirit like wants from your life, or you know, because this is the crown chakra, and the crown chakra really is your knowing. This is the divine connection. This isn't necessarily the connection to like the world around us. Just like a quick little story, but there's this article that I read, and it was a Christian article, but it explained how when, and I don't even think they understood what they were explaining, but they were explaining that how when someone is truly connected to Spirit, the divine, whatever, there's this beam that shoots from you, and from the stronger this beam is, which to me is your crown chakra being open, being able to get and receive the information, having that flow with Spirit. And that's what this year really looks to be about for you. Even though you do have so much stability that's coming through, understand that this isn't, though you have a lot of financial security, there are some of you that like this isn't necessarily going to be the easiest year. Like financially, you got it in the bag, but it looks like we're having some death when it comes to the people that are around us. We're going to have to let go of some of those people. It looks like you're going to have to spend some time alone as you let go of these people to reevaluate yourself, to figure out if who it is that's really on the team, who it is that you have, who has to go. And during this process, spending the time to truly connect with Spirit and to be able to move forward in ways that you would never imagine, because there is this cycle that is completing over the next 12 months, over the next year. There are cycles that are coming to an end. For some of you, it really has to do with your security and your financial security, and honestly coming out of like a Five of Pentacles type of energy. And if you don't know, like the Five of Pentacles, like it's this couple, and like she blind, he crippled, like it's just a hot ass mess. And this is Spirit really telling you that like we're coming to the end of a cycle. We've completed this. Now it's time to move on to something that's bigger, that's brighter, that's forking beautiful. Like there is so much beauty that is going to come from this year. This is going to be a really good year, even though it does look like there may be a few dark spots, so to speak, but this is going to be a really, really good year. And I want to see what it is that spiritually you can expect over the next 12 months, over the next year, baby. Okay, Spirit, what is it? Oops. What is it that group number 1 can expect over the next year spiritually? What is it that they can expect over the next year spiritually? Anything else, Spirit? Okay, so I get it. Especially with this card that just flew across the room. I get that once you get it, you're gone. Like, I get it, I got it, I'm gone. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, oh my God, it's mine. And then like, you're just, whew. Okay, so the first card that came out, or the only card that came out for that deck, is the Arrow, and it's not a deck that I use very often, so we are gonna, I don't remember this card. Okay, when the arrow zings through the air, and it like whoops, okay, zings through the air, it's inviting you to pay attention and signify that you are about to make your mark in some aspect in life. Okay, it illuminates the moment. It illuminates the moment of contact when you know that your desires and intentions have traveled on the wind and landed in the perfect place for your highest good. Ew, I'm so excited. Okay, trust that your job is to just be relaxed yet focused. Keep your eye on the prize, yet releasing your intention with full expectation that it will land as it's supposed to. Don't worry about how or the exact form. This is not the time to interfere with the manner in which the arrow flies. It will make its mark, and you will have cause to celebrate. I literally was like, ugh. So it's basically like the Sun card all over again. Like, you got this. Like, this is going to be such an amazing year for you spiritually, financially, like all the things. But there may be some alone time that you have to take, and that is okay. That is perfectly fine, because through that alone time, you are going to be taken, Spirit's telling you, like, you're going to be taken to a higher height. Let's see what it is that we have for love. Spirit, what is it that we have for love? What can group number 1 expect for love? Romance. What can group number 1 expect for love? All right, so express your love. Go ahead and make a romantic gesture. And worth waiting for divine timing at work in your love life. Yeah, so when it comes to your love life, you may end up having to be some single Pringle for just a little bit, baby. But Spirit's telling you that, like, you're worth waiting for. You're worth waiting for. I don't know what song that is, but, like, I don't know, like, there's a song, Don't Rush, that's, like, coming to mind. I want to say it's Casey and JoJo, but it might not be. But definitely check that out. It's a really interesting song. But express your love. So when the time goes ahead, when the time does come for you to move into a relationship, just understand that, like, it's about you expressing your love. So express yourself. Be honest. Be truthful. Hey, I'm digging you. Come here. Bring that. Yeah. Like, all the things. So definitely make sure. But divine timing. So if this year is honestly more about you focusing on yourself. You making the moves that it is that you want for yourself. And not so much about you focusing your energy on other people or other things. Excuse me, this is more so about you and your collective. And that when the time is right, if the time is right, this love will come in. I honestly don't see a lot of, like, relationship energy here. Like, I'm not trying to, like, oh, I'm gonna be alone and lonely. Would you rather be in a crappy relationship with somebody who don't matter, or would you rather be happy, independent, doing your thing, and being sound within yourself before getting in a relationship? Or like I said, do you want to just, like, be, oh my goodness, I'm so sad, I'm so lonely, come here, bring my I just want it, and then be unhappy and end up at square one, losing everything that it is that you've worked for? I know I would rather be alone. I'd rather be alone. But I'm a Virgo, so shit, we live by ourselves. It don't matter. We can have 10 people living with us and we still by ourselves. We'll find a moment. I used to meditate on the toilet. Quick story time, but like, I used to meditate on the toilet when I lived with like a bunch of people. So like, I would just like, I need some time. And like, at that time I was a Christian. So I was like, the Jesus. And when I say that, it's not that like I don't like respect Jesus. I just think that everybody has a different view than I just have a different view than most. That's it. That's all. Okay, so let's see what the Moonology deck has for any additional messages. Okay, so you're being encouraged to step out of your comfort zone. Remember, nothing good grows in comfort. So if you are one of those people that like you've had the same friend group since you were 15 years old and you don't want to let them go because you have like all this history together, or you know, whatever the case is, like really, and how much has your life changed since you were 15? Are you still going through the same cycles and stuff? Because if that's the case, then these people aren't helping. For some of you, this means literally getting out of your comfort zone. For some of you, this may mean actually making a move in your life. So for some of you, for some of the people in this group, you will be moving, and it's going to be something that's different. It really is a call for balance. This is balance, spirituality, and practicality. So there is some balance that needs to come through for this group. But this is about stepping out your comfort zone. If you've ever watched Boy Meets World, like the last episode, that's actually what Mr. Feeney said. And those words have really stuck with me like my whole life for like the past 15 years. Okay, I'm not that old. It's been 10 years. Anyways, so what he said was to Corey, like, nothing grows in comfort. Nothing grows where it's comfortable. And I think about like seeds, right? And the fact that when you plant a seed, you have to put it in the ground. And I would assume that, like, I don't know how seeds feel, but like, I would assume that it's not the funnest process, right? First off, things have to die in order for like you to have plants. Like, have you ever thought about that? Something literally has to die in order for you to be able to have that plant. But anyways, so you put the seed in the ground, and then the seed does its whole germinate thing and it pops out. But like, just think about how hard and like how uncomfortable that's gotta be for the seed, because it's first going through like this death. It's been dormant. Then all of a sudden, bam, something's growing inside of it, and then it's gotta work its way to the surface to be able to get the things that it is that it needs to be able to grow and to be able to mature. And there's nothing, I don't find anything comfortable about that situation. Or like a butterfly, like butterflies literally go from like, oh, I'm just a cute little caterpillar, nope, 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 caterpillar, nope, 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 nope. And then all of a sudden, they're like urged to ball themselves up in this little thing, and then they become goop, which how is that even comfortable? How do they even survive becoming goop? And then literally busting out with wings and being like, whoa. I'm this weird in person, by the way. If you ever wanted to know, is Dottie really this weird? Or is this just for the camera? I am this weird. All the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. 99% of the time I'm weird. Alrighty, Spirit. Any additional messages? Any closing messages and or advice for this group, Spirit? Anything else? Yes. So kind of like what I said, yeah, there's okay, so kind of like what I said about like nurturing yourself, about being there for yourself, about spending some time by yourself. But what I love is that, remember how I was like, oh, this is about like you really getting that connection with Spirit and whatnot. For a lot of you guys, and this might be a little intense for you guys, but for a lot of you guys, your psychic gifts are about to truly be developed, and truly come in. So this could be where that ego death comes in, that dark night of the soul moment, that you have to basically become that goop of the caterpillar to be able to truly grow. However, I'm going to say for this group, ooh, are you ready? I need you to take a deep breath, because I know some of you may not be ready for what it is I'm about to say. So, okay, so a lot of you guys are clairvoyant, and you're like, oh, I don't see anything, but like, are you sure? What about that shadow that's been standing in the corner? And you're just like, I don't see nothing, not a thing. No, it's there, baby. Like, you seen it. You seen it with your own 2 eyes, okay? And we all seen it, but we need you to see it too, okay? And so for a lot of you guys, there is this there's clairvoyancy that's coming through. Okay, and this is another thing, is for some of you guys, Spirit's also telling you that you're a medium. So those shadow people might start talking to you. Did you have an imaginary friend that may not have been so imaginary when you were a kid? I know I'm going through that. Apparently my imaginary friend was just like a spirit, because nobody, it's a whole other story. However, I feel like, but Spirit's also letting you know that through these times, we're having to do this alone time, when you're going through this ego death, when these things are just kind of happening around you, that you are okay, that you are connected. And this year is really going to be about you building the connection between you and Spirit more than energy, more than anything, learning about energy. For a lot of you guys, I would work on shielding. So shielding is basically the idea of like using your aura to like protect your aura. You visualize basically like a bubble. Some people do like a latex suit. My aura normally looks something like this. I keep it in like this big ass dome, and then like I dare things to come in, be like neener, 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 as it like dissolves when I remember to do it, because sometimes I don't. But like you can, if you look, my aura is all over the place, and it normally is. I can't control it. But if you're talented with that, then you can see. But anyways, so with this card, the meditation card, meditation is going to be key for you this year. For those of you who I said, for those of you who like hiking and stuff like that, like I feel like you're going to be spending like a lot of that time like meditating, connecting to Gaia, because that is part of the nurturing as well. So yeah, guys, I definitely want to know, like, if nothing else, take and save this video, come back a year from now and be like, Donnie! Hey! Okay. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna go drink a Red Bull. You're like, girl, you don't need it, but I'm telling you, I need it. My cat woke me up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Why? Because he wanted to cuddle. Get cats, they said. Be fun, they said. Don't get cats. Don't do it. Alrighty, guys, have a great day. Bye. Hey everybody, for those of you who chose my spunky crystal, I just say she's spunky because I don't know what she is, but if you do, you're more than welcome to let me know. She's slippery. I think I know whose group this is. And if you're here, you know I know that you're here. You know it. I have this one follower that every time it's their group, things just fall out of my hands. And for everybody else, hi, hello. Let's get into it. Okay, Spirit, what is it that group number 2, those who choose the spunky crystal, what is it that they can expect for their 2022? Okay. What is it that they can expect for their 2022, Spirit? You're carrying a lot of crap from this year into next year. You need to have hope. You need to have hope. Could be an Aquarius. What was that? Could be an Aquarius. But this is really about having hope. You have a lot of cards here, so we're going to go through all of them. Basically just the way that it is that they came out. Holy whoa, because like I was not expecting all of this, but this is what we got. First off, you're being really called to find emotional maturity, emotional stability within yourself, because for some of you, this has to do with your finances, your emotions, and your lack of emotional connection is actually affecting your financial security moving into this next year. And for others of you, your lack of emotional security and like stability within yourself is actually affecting you on more so a physical level. So like this is affecting your interpersonal relationships. This is making you feel like like the people around you aren't connected to you. Like the people around you may not necessarily care for you the way that you want them to, or be there for you the way that you need them to. And Spirit's telling you right now that you really, over this next year, are going to have to work on this. You also have the World. So we're coming to the end of a lot of cycles here. We are definitely coming to the end of a lot of cycles. But it's like, over this next year, Spirit really wants to emphasize your connection to your community. And I almost get like making sure you're not pouring into others more than you're pouring into yourself. Making sure that your circle is actually like about that life. But I feel like, I don't know, I almost get like this sense of loss. And I don't like being like that at all, but I almost get this sense of loss that you may actually end up suffering a loss over this next year. And I apologize if that's so. And if you do, truly do apologize, because that's not the type of news I ever try and bring to anybody. But your confidence is really key when it comes down to it. Don't allow this situation to really bring you down. Remember how magnetic you are. Remember how powerful you are, how confident you are. You have this. It looks like this is going to be a year that kind of goes like this for you guys. It's not going to be all up, up, up. There's going to be some low points for this particular group. And I, like I said, I don't like doing that. I don't like saying that. This is the exact reason why I don't do love readings, because I hate getting a bad love reading. I mean, no love readings ever like bad, but like I hate getting one of them love readings where it's just like, ugh, girl, what is going on here? Ugh, how do I say this? Ugh. Okay. So you also have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, when he came out, kind of came out in reverse. I'm not exactly sure how he ended up in the upright position, but he came out in reverse. So this tells me there's kind of a block in your creativity. There's kind of a block in you being able to get your wheels spinning, coming to new ideas, coming to this new understanding, these aha moments. And that's really what I feel like Spirit's trying to get you to allow this to kind of flow, to really embrace your feminine energy and not be too in that masculine do, being able to receive. And this is huge because you have two different types of receiving that's coming in. You have a lot of knowledge that's going to be shared with you, a lot of wisdom that's going to be shared with you. I get almost like you will be put in different opportunities. You'll be put in like different opportunities than you have before. I don't know what that was. We're just gonna ignore it. Anyways, this is like new ideas coming through, new creative, new connections, and Spirit's really urging you. I get almost the sense of some of you are going to be put in places with people that you never thought possible, but you need to be open to receive, because this is abundance, this is love, this is emotions. So for those of you who are not really keen on sharing your emotions, this year is going to make you have to tap into them. And the way I see it is you can do this the easy way, or you can do this the hard way. Are you going to fight it? And you'd be like, no emotions, no emotions? Or are you going to be like, you know what? I fucking love you. And allow yourself to feel these emotions. Allow yourself to be poured into. Whether it's just like, you know what? I'm not feeling the best today, so I'm just going to sit this one out. Or if it's like, oh my goodness, I just absolutely love this experience. And, you know, whatever it is, if you wake up and you're crying and then you just can't seem to get it together, honor that, as opposed to fighting it and just being like, I'm okay. Instead of burying your emotions. I don't know, this is just what I'm kind of getting right now, but instead of burying your emotions, Spirit's really asking you over this next year to embrace your emotions, to be like, you know what, I got this. You know, I don't feel like this. You know, I'm kind of sad right now. And if it's no more than expressing this to yourself, because honestly, as someone who's kind of had to like go through this whole thing over this last year about having to really embrace my own emotions and being able, like, there are days when I wake up and I'm like, you know what, I'm sad. Like, I will wake up and straight up be like, I am sad. I don't want to be doing the human thing anymore. And like, instead of living in that energy where I don't want to be in this human form and I don't want to do this, I don't want to. Instead, what I will do is I'll go and make myself a bath, and I'll put in my herbs and my everythings and come out smelling like a whole snack and all delicious and whatnots. And I love my body. Anyways, instead of allowing myself, I'll go take that bath. And then if that doesn't work, because I live in an apartment and there's constant like an energetic bounce, because I feel what it is that like I feel a lot, true empath. So I will take and I'll go for a walk, you know, and I'll go meditate or whatever it is that I need to do to make myself feel better. And as I've learned to take these steps, as I've learned to do these things for myself, I will tell you, I have noticed such a difference where I would get into a depressed spell or, you know, be sad or whatever the case was. And I would get into that energy and I would stay in that energy for so long. And I would just bring down everybody around me. And I was just down and everybody was down. And it was just gross and down and out and disgusting. I will honor that. And if nothing else, you know, if I do all these things and I'm still not feeling it, I'm still feeling like, I don't want to, what I will do instead of, you know, like I said, carrying on with that emotion, I will go take a nap. You know, I'll go and sit by myself with my emotions, with how it is that I'm feeling. And I feel like Spirit's really wants you to kind of deal with that. And you're also going to be made to face illusions, and made to kind of face your fears. This is going to be a year where shadow work is going to be key for you. You can get a jump start on that. My book is my website is down below. My book is on my website. So But a lot of this is you basically realizing how powerful you are and that you're no longer in these traps. You're no longer in these binds. You don't have to live in this Five of Cups energy. You don't have to give more of yourself away than what's necessary. You have this. Like, you are this person. You are powerful. If you don't like it, change it. She has the key to be able to get out. But because she's stuck in this illusion, she is not realizing all she has to do is get up and use the key. Basically, she has the keys to be able to change her life, to be able to change her situation. But as long as you're stuck in fear and looking at what it is that other people have, looking in the mirror and not seeing who it is that you really are, allowing these outside sources to get to your head, you will continue to keep yourself in bondage. Do you want to be in bondage? I mean, we're not going to answer that question. There's a reason why they call me Nutty Duddy. I'm just going to leave that there. There's a reason. Oh, wait. But it looks like this is going to be something that you're going to have to take your time at. There's nothing to rush here. This is something that's going to be slow and steady. I'm not saying that this year is just going to like drag on, but for some of you it may. I'm just going to be honest. For some of you it really may, and you're going to have to hold on to that hope, like truly hold on to that hope. I feel like for this group, unfortunately, there are going to be some moments where it's, why me? Why? I feel like that's going to be, it's going to be a theme, unfortunately. It will be a theme where you're just like, why is this happening? Why are we doing this? Once again, as I said before, back here about the shadow work, you have the moon that's coming up, and the moon actually has to deal with your shadows, with the illusions. And I feel like Spirit, this is something that's so keen, but it's all being made for you to face who it is that you really are. This High Priestess bringing you into your own energy and who it is that you are and what it is that you need to do to be able to proceed, to be able to be happy and to have the things that it is that you really want in this lifetime. But I feel like all of this that you're going through is going to make you have to truly embrace yourself. For some of you, it's about getting in touch with your spiritual gifts, because we have all this water. Water has to do with your intuition and all the things. But for some of you, this is what it has to deal with, is basically you connecting to your intuition, you connecting to who it is that you are and what it is that you are supposed to be doing in this lifetime. Not worried about what other people are doing or how they're doing it. Excuse me, I apologize. My cat woke me up like stupid early. Okay, Spirit, what is it? What other messages do you have for their group number 2, Spirit? What other messages do you have for group number 2? Okay. Yeah, oh my gosh. We gonna fight. We gonna fight. Okay? We gonna fight. You need to get it together. Yeah, there is really this sense of loss, and I apologize. I don't want to say that. I really don't, but there really is this sense of loss with this group. And Spirit's really asking you not to get like stuck on that. Because it's gonna bring you to a new spiritual strength, and that's why you're gonna have to connect with your guides on this one. Some of the things that you're going to have to face this year, your guides are going to be the ones who are going to be there for you. I'm not saying that like other people won't be, but I feel like this year there may be a sense of not being understood. Like, almost like you're kind of at it alone, even if you are in a relationship, and we'll pull a couple of relationship cards in a minute. But, just to kind of see what's going on in the love life. But this seems like a really introspective year for you. But there is loss. There's loss, there's heartbreak, there's, like I said, just not feeling like you're understood. And that may cause a lot of problems with interpersonal relationships over this next year, because you're just kind of whatever. But you have trapped in fear, this Eight of Swords energy again. So this year is really about combating your fears, facing them head on. That's really what shadow work is. And like in my book, there's like this whole section where we talk about fear. When I say we, like, I mean like me and you. Like, even though I may not be responding, but like I'm talking directly to you. So like, and we talk about fear, you know, because fear really will hold you back from your greatest potential, from being this Queen of Wands, truly, from being this, I'm magnetic, I'm amazing, I have it all in the bag. Like, everybody just loves me, because everybody loves the Queen of Wands. Except for maybe the Queen of Swords, but we're not going to talk about that. I feel like them two be clashing. They be fighting. They be tussling. Like, ugh, but this is neither here nor there. But there is this sense of I feel like the energy you put in this year, you're really going to get it back. And though it looks like there may be some losses around like friendships and people that you care a lot about, there are also going to be partnerships that are going to be built at the exact same time. So you're not alone in this process at all, even though you are being made to kind of, with this Nine of Pentacles energy, this is like having your financial harvest, having independence for yourself. But at the same time, this is Spirit telling you that even though you have this independence, you're not alone. You're not going to be alone during this process. I also feel like during this year, it's going to be imperative that you work on your sacral chakra, going back to the intuition, going back to the emotions. Even though like the sacral chakra, it's about like desires and pleasures and things of this nature, it really does have to do with our creation. Not just our creation, but it's where our intuition lies. You would think, yeah, the heart, but no, it's not this piece up here. Because honestly, sometimes we can love somebody so much and be led by our heart so much that we escape logic, where this is that gut feeling that tells you, you know what, maybe I shouldn't buy the homeless guy a hamburger. And it may not make sense, but like then you find out that like the man's not even homeless, like he has a whole house. Have you heard of those people? Because they be out there. I can't seem to ever look homeless enough to be out there, but I have thought about it a time or two where I'm just like, I could just look homeless, go out there. I never look homeless enough. I'm always too clean. That's funny, but like not funny, because like even when I was homeless, I didn't look homeless. Okay, anyways, so this is about like your sacral chakra and your creation and getting in touch with it. That's going to be a huge cry for you this year. Understand that as you're a woman, like you may, if you are a woman, you may have some issues, and I'm not like speaking medically at all, but like just telling you, okay? So if it is, it is. If it's not, it's not, okay? Don't try and force anything that's not. But like you may end up having problems with like your reproductive organs. When I say this, like you may experience like later periods, early periods. Why is it that I stopped yesterday? And you know, like stuff like that. And this is where Spirit's trying to kind of encouraging you to get into that, start healing that now before we move into that. But you're also being made to like face your power and face your authority. And that could be why you're having to go through some of these like ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs, is because these down moments are going to lead you to higher heights. And then those low moments, especially if you start to find those things that it is that you can do to make yourself feel better, you'll find that those low moments aren't as low and that you're able to bounce back up. So, and I feel like the Spirit's really making you have to like get into your power, get into your authority, understand who it is that you are, and truly stand in your own power. If you, I don't know why, I just kind of get this sense, but like if you're somebody who allows people to walk all over you, it's time to stop that. No, baby, you can't do that. I'm sorry. I said what I said. Do you have a problem with it? Well, bless your poor little pea-picking soul. But I'm standing in my ground. I'm standing in my power. And this is not something that I am going to stand for. So bless. And I feel like that's really kind of the energy you're going to have to embrace this year. And stop being afraid what other people think. Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. Because it's not serving you. It's honestly holding you back from so much. I apologize about that. I had a phone call come through for my car's extended warranty. I do not currently own a car, so I know it's not my car's extended warranty. Okay, anyways, back to it, y'all. What is it that they need to know spiritually about this next year, Spirit? What is it that they need to know spiritually about this 2022? I can't believe it's 2022 already. I mean, it's not as I record this, but like it's about to be. Okay, so you have the spiral. So interesting. So interesting. You need to allow work on observing your thoughts more. And if you don't know basically what that is, what that means, because I didn't understand that until recently, but observing your thoughts. Oh my goodness, did I stick a fork in a light socket when I was 3? What does that matter? Okay, swipe left. Where am I going to be in 3 years? Okay, let me put a little thought. Let me put a little detail in here. Let me start my manifestations while we're on this thought. Okay, oh my goodness, the sky is falling. The sky is not falling, girl. Swipe left. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Y'all who on Tinder understand what I mean. Okay, anyways. If you've never been on Tinder, good for you. Don't do it. I get so bored so quickly, so like I download the app, I swipe a couple times, and then I'm like, I'm gonna delete this. That's literally my... Or Dottie gets hungry. I can't even lie. I had somebody tell me that I was going to end up on a Lifetime movie. Because I use Tinder as DoorDash. I'll get on there and be like, hello, sir. I want chicken for dinner. And I kid you not, I've had like men show up and be like, hey, here's the food that you ordered. You're so sweet. And then like we have a conversation, and like it normally ends up with me threatening to stab them, but like we're not gonna get into that. There's no reason why I stay single. I don't want to be single anymore. I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. Okay, anyways, I'm sorry, y'all. You're like, this was like such a heavy message, and you're over here just acting a fool, Daddy. Like, get back to it so I can get on with my life. If you have that type of energy, that's part of the reason why you're going through all of this. Like, embrace, laugh a little. That's why you're here. Because you know Dottie ain't serious about nothing, and even when she's serious. Okay. To renew yourself, you should shed your old skin. You have already done this. So do not keep scraping away at the old, but welcome the soft new skin that is starting to grow. Break the habit of working on your faults all the time. Let nature take its course. Know that a new skin feels vulnerable and scary at times. Trust the medicine of the spiral as it guides you to your renewal. I don't know why that came out like this. So it was like Boris trying to speak through mud. Okay, anyways, y'all need all the things. Okay. Yeah, that happened. Daddy, I'm sorry if you have headphones. Sorry. My bad. Alright, let's see with romance. What it is that will be happening for this group as far as romance is concerned. I feel like this group is not even concerned about romance, but this is my pick a card, so we're still gonna pull a card. Yeah, I feel like this group is like not even concerned about romance. Like, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So I feel like, yeah, you're going to be focused more so on other things. But when you do, I find it really interesting because like both the groups so far have gotten like this, that's not the main focus, but at the same time, like we are focusing on it. But like if you are to get into a relationship this year, this relationship could actually end in like being your end all be all. Just so you know, it could be your end all be all, but don't allow the situations that you're going through this year to end up affecting you. Don't do it, Solomon. Don't stop, Solomon. My cat, because I bring home the crackhead kitties, he has a thing for toes, so he's like under the table, like licking my toes. That's how he woke me up at 5 o'clock this morning. Anyways, Spirit, what other messages do you have for group number 2, Spirit? Oh no. Solomon, stop. Please. Solomon. Solomon. A new... Solomon, stop. Okay, so a new romantic cycle begins. So there could be a lot of romance that's going on here. Spirit's also telling you that luck is on your side. So don't really worry about things, and prosperity lies ahead. So Spirit, I think that's why Spirit doesn't want you to like worry about things so much and worry about like your connections and whatnot, is just because like things are going to work out for you, even though you may seem like you have these ups and downs and these divots and these points that you weren't necessarily looking to have. Like, I feel like Spirit's still telling you that everything's going to work itself out with the prosperity lies ahead with the new romantic cycle beginning. So if like you're starting the year out and like, oh my goodness, divorce or breakup or, you know, whatever, like Spirit's telling you that like if you get into a relationship, that this relationship's going to end in something that it's kind of end all be all energy. And if it's not like romance, it means that the connections that you're bringing in this year are going to be basically end all be all. They're going to be like, that's my home skillet biscuit until the day I die. That's my sister. That's my brother. Like that type of energy where like you have these people who want to be in your circle for literally the rest of your life. Like they want to be there when you die, baby. And I feel like that's spirit, what spirit's telling you. And as you go through those low moments, just remember spirit has your back. You are not alone. Remember that. Like, I have Jupiter in my corner. Like, literally just remember that. Like, I have Jupiter in my corner. I have nothing to worry about. Sheesh. Sheesh. Yeah, okay, spirit. What closing messages do you have? What advice do you have? Oh, I want to take a nap, but look at my face. Listening is going to be key over the next year. I really find it interesting because, as you can see, this is right side up, and like these cards aren't supposed to be pulled in the reverse position, but we're gonna talk about it. Anything else, spirit? No, we're just not talking today. Okay. So there really is a cry for you to work on your confidence and work on your state or your, what is this? Your root chakra, right? So working from the root up, you're really being encouraged to work on like your bottom 3 chakras over the next 12 months. Ooh. I'm sorry, y'all. But okay, so this is inner strength. So right now, or as like things are starting out, like you may not have this inner strength that it is that you're seeking, that it is that you're looking for. But spirit's telling you that every down is there to make you into something new, make you into something beautiful. There's this Japanese art style that when something's broken, they paint it, make it all beautiful. So it's like something unique, something elegant. And that's really what spirit's trying to break into you and your family. Your family, with this coming out in the reverse position, and I do not want to necessarily say this, but it's got to be said. I feel like for some of you, your family are not going to be in your corner this year the way that you would really like them to be. And that might be part of the heartache. That might be part of the loss that you're going through. But I feel like with this group, unfortunately, I don't feel like your family, I don't feel like there's grounding under your family the way that it really should be, which at the same time is good. You're like, Dottie, why is that good? I love my family and blah, 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 blah. Not everybody cares about their family the way you do. So we're clear. I want to love my family sometimes. But this is about you coming to your confidence and understanding your own willpower, your own who it is that you are, what it is that you want, not letting people stand in your way, not letting things back you down or put you in the corner, and understanding exactly who it is that you are and what it is that you bring to the table. Alrighty, guys, definitely let me know how this resonates, and I would love to see you back here at the end of the year. Alrighty, guys, have a great day. Bye. Okay, group number 3, those who chose my malachite crystal. Let's take these off so there's not a bunch of glare. Let's see what it is that spirit has for you today. What is it that 2022 is going to hold for group number 3, spirit? Okay, what is it that 2022 is going to have for... Ooh, okay, hold on. Oh, hold on. What is it? What messages do you have for group number 3 moving into 2022? What will 2022 hold for group number 3? Anything else, spirit? I think every group has gotten the same card. Anything else, spirit? Interesting. Bottom of the cup is the star, which is the same for the last group too. However, your guys' message is quite different for the for the most part. You're like, Dottie, why? What just happened? You'll see, baby. Okay, get out of my hibiscus. Stop. I wish you guys could have seen that. My cat just jumped like 3 feet in the air. Anyways, you have a new beginning that's coming. This is a very passionate new beginning because you have a lot of fire here. So this is a lot of passion. This is a lot of just life of the party type energy. This is a lot of magnetism type energy. I think it's funny because I think each group has gotten the Queen of Wands. If not, it came up in other collective messages I did today. But the Queen of Wands has been like a huge theme. And she's like super magnetic. She knows what it is that she wants, but she's super charismatic. She's the life of the party. She's that friend that you go to when you need a pick-me-up because she's just like, hey. And I feel like that's a lot of the energy with this new beginning that's coming towards you. And this Knight of Wands, which is really just, it's about going after what it is that you want, going after your passions and just living life to its fullest. Very passionate energy that's going on here. I will say though, there is the Two of Wands or the Two of Swords. So there are some decisions that are going to need to be made. And these decisions are going to be very important. And the main reason why they're important is because if you don't make them, this is the type of energy that will leave you in a stalemate, that'll leave you not being able to move. Because it's like kind of conflicting. It's like kind of here, kind of there, kind of here, kind of there. And it's like, but you're just being honestly told that over this year, you really need to go for the things that are going to bring you passion, that are going, like, I feel like for this group, this year is going to be really lighthearted and trust and believe. Not all the groups have been like this. So this energy is really like fun and lighthearted, making sure that you're making the right decisions and being led by your heart. That is so important. Not so much like the things you love, but the things you're passionate about. What brings you passion? And just going after it and just, Solomon, don't make me fight you. And just going after it, going after the things that you want and doing the things that it is that bring you joy and love and luck and prosperity and all the good, beautiful, abundant things. But this is more so, like I said, about your passions and whatnot. But this is all leading you to the Nine of Cups. Dottie's slightly retarded. It's okay, y'all. It really is. It's okay. But with this group, this means that over the next year, like, manifestations are going to be popping. Like, all those things that it is that you've been manifesting, that you've been working on, that you may not have really seen in 2021. You may not have really seen the things, you know, that really bring you passion. You probably had like this year probably was a little on the rougher side, but in order to get to this Nine of Cups, in order to truly be able to live in this wish fulfillment energy, because that's really what it is. Like, this is like, if you were asking if you were going to win the lottery, like, who way you going to win the lottery? Like, that's this type of energy here, but you're being told that you're going to have faith, and you're going to have to kind of like step out on the ledge. In my old deck, I think that this card was illustrated the best. I think that this is a good illustration, but in my old card, it was this woman standing on this cliff, and what you can't see is that there's a path in front of her, but the only way she'll get to that path is if she steps out on faith. And it's like, there's this anime where like it demonstrates it so well. It's like something, I think it's like Whiskers Away or something like that. But basically, like, there's this path that only cats can see. and like having to like take the step of faith out that like that you're not gonna fall. And that's what Spirit's telling you, is that like as you make these decisions and you go after the things that you're passionate about, those things that ignite your soul, understand that you have grounding, especially with this 9 of Cups. Like with this 9 of Cups, this tells me that like there's really absolutely nothing for you to trip about. Like everything that it is that you could possibly dream of is going to be coming to you over 2022. Like this is really good, positive, beautiful energy. Let's see what type of new beginning is coming in, Spirit. What type of new, but shoot. Okay, what type of new beginning is coming in for group number 3, Spirit? I feel like because the Fool came out again, I feel like this is overall new beginnings. Like this is you just having this reignitement of soul, of spirit, of mental energy, of physical energy, of financial energy. Like all of the energies are going to be good for you this year. And it's about, once again, it's about taking this leap of faith, because the Fool, as you can see in this deck a little better, the Fool is really like, she's standing on the edge. And like in my other deck, this one, she doesn't, she is holding onto a stick. But like in some of the other depictions, she's like barely being held on. And like, honestly, the stick isn't looking too trusty, especially with all this chunky chunk. I would really be a fool trying to hold on to a stick while leaning over this ledge. I'm just saying, if you hear crack, crack, that's because Dottie done fallen off the edge because she was acting a fool. All right, Spirit, what other messages do you have for group number 3, Spirit? What other messages do you have for group number 3? Ooh. Okay, Spirit, what other messages do you have for group number 3? So for a lot of you, there is... I got an email, sorry. There is a romance. Yeah, and this is something that's stable, that's coming in. Ooh. Okay, anything else, Spirit? Let's see what that was. Reward and recognition. And patience. Bottom of the deck is trapped in fear. So over this next year, especially as like these things come in, don't allow yourself to get trapped in fear. Don't allow yourself to have this like, oh my goodness, am I good enough? Is it worth it? Blah, blah, blah. No, fuck it. Do it. Do it. And the reason why I tell you is, number 1, you got the 9 of Cups. I apologize. My cat just like picked up all the crack that's in the air, and he's... Last group, he was sucking my toes, so I'm better on this one. Anyways, this is like wish fulfillment. You have a lot of wish fulfillment. You have a lot of security that's coming in here. So you're being encouraged. Like, also for this group, you may actually be making a move throughout this year. And this is Spirit telling you that, like, first off, this is a firm... What's coming in is something that is so firm. This is a happy home. This is celebration. This is foundation and achievement. So this is something that you've really taken the time to build towards. These are things that you're building towards your own hands. So over the next year, like if you've been thinking about starting a business, just understand that like it's going to bring you what it is. It's going to give you all the things it was supposed to give, as opposed to all the things. What is it? It's not giving. It's not giving. So no, this is going to be very giving and like extra abundant, with a sprinkle of sugar and a little bit of ice cream and like all the things. Ice cream sounds fire. I've been having this thing for blueberry ice cream. You're like, shut the fuck up, Dottie. Damn. Anyways. Like I said, with this harmony, this is the Lovers. So over the next year, make sure you're keeping your heart open, right? Because your heart is going to be the key to your manifestations. It really is. Your heart has the largest electromagnetic field. What you feel is what you bring in. So make sure that you're focusing your energy on where you want it to be focused on over this next year, because it's going to bring you more harmony than it would by you focusing on like the things like you don't want. Make sure that you're open to the messages that spirit has for you, because I feel like this year is really going to be about you taking those intuitive guises, those little things that it is that, you know, pop up in your mind. Like, you know what? It'd be really cool if, like, I don't know, we had flying cars and then you created like a flying car design. I couldn't think of anything realistic. I mean, it is kind of realistic. Look at the world we live in, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Anybody else afraid of that? I'm just saying. So we have foundation. This is the Four of Pentacles. This is telling me that like there's so much stability that is coming to this group over the next year. You're also going to be seen for the things that it is that you do. There are people who, if you've already been working on these projects, there are people who are already looking at you, but over the next few months, over the next year, you are going to have that reward, that recognition, that moving into the limelight that it is that you've been searching for, that company that it is that you've been, everything's going to work out. So for those of you who are seeking the fame or whatever, Spirit's telling you that it is going to come through and it's going to be stable. So whatever it is that you're working towards over the next year, understand that it is for you. It may not come instantaneously, but it's for you. And because it's for you, understand that it's going to work in your favor. It's going to work. It's not going to be something that like you build today and it's gone tomorrow. This is legacy work. This is something that's going to stay with you, something that's going to be built for generations. Generations of like your peoples are going to be able to benefit from this. All right, Spirit, what is it that group number 3 needs to know spiritually? What do they need to know spiritually? Anything else, Spirit? This card, all right, this deck has literally just been like shooting out. Oh, we'll take that one. Has literally just been shooting out one card, except for now that I said something, it's like, oh, I'm gonna give all the things now. Okay, so let's start out with magic, because I actually remember this one. I think we're just gonna go, pay attention to angel numbers. You may be seeing like at the time, or like when your manifestations start coming through, like you may be seeing like a bunch of 3s. So just be mindful of that, because that's Spirit telling you like you're close to these things. These things, as I said that, it literally was 1433. Like, yeah, so 33. So if you're starting to see like a lot of 3s, this is Spirit like telling you that you're getting close to your manifestations. You're seeing a lot of numbers, a lot of synchronicities. This is Spirit telling you like, hey baby, we're right here. We're right here. Okay. So when magic appears, you are invited to see the world through the eyes and wonders and awes, taking on the innocence of a child who knows all things are possible. Infinite potential exists in the great mind, and you are being invited to call in and recognize the dance and synchronistic events, signs, symbols. Didn't I literally just say that? Like I said, I kind of remember this, but I just remember it being about embracing magic. I didn't remember all of this, all of the details, right? So an omen is given to you through the oracle in the ordinary world. This is a sign that Spirit is reminding you that you co-create your world in a sacred partnership. Your part is to dream, to intend, and to watch the signs that show you what next action to take. right now it appears that you are on the right track to make your dreams come true. Great Spirit is listening and acting on your behalf. Pay attention. Magic gives birth to miracles. You can't tell me that's not freaking delicious right there. Like, you cannot tell me that's not freaking delicious. Like, ooh, ooh, yes. Okay, so what I love about this is, like, Magic was 33. The Luminous Warrior, which I'm about to read, is 32. And your next card is Vision Quest, which is 60. And, like, 3 times 2 is 6. Okay. Which is Harmony. And didn't you get the Lovers? Which, if you didn't know, 6 is the number of the Lovers in the Major Arcana. Okay. Luminous Warrior reminds you it is important to focus on your power, wisdom, and beauty. Do not be seduced by what seems to be wrong with you or the world. Remember that intention follows action. So focus on the positive traits. Feed your light with more light until you're truly empowered. Then there will be little need for action as you resolve all situations from within. And I think I said that too, basically, like, where your attention goes, your energy flows. So just be mindful where it is that you're putting your energy. Is that really what you want to put your energy towards? Is that really what it is that you want out of this life? So, Vision Quest. Find clearly by spending time alone in nature. If you live in the city, go for a walk in the park. If you live in the country, make sure to spend time outside in contemplation. Get off the couch, get away from your desk, go outside. Spirit helps those who help themselves. So set the intention to ask nature for a guiding vision for your life. So this is Spirit really telling you that, like, there's so much that's going on here. And like, you have so much, but this is really about you setting the intention. Your intention is huge. And then paying attention. Once you set the intention and you've said, hey, universe, spirit, God, I need you to show me where it is that, what it is. I need some assistance, some direction, you know, or whatever. Dottie doesn't know English, but anyways, some assistance, I need that. And like, Spirit's like, okay, well, like, we'll send her a bunch of angel numbers, or we'll send him a bunch of angel numbers. And then you're like, okay, well, like, why do I keep on seeing this? But like, Google's free, baby. You know, or like, you have someone, because as the magic card said, the Oracle of Life. And sometimes, though people you may not consider them to be like, oh, whatever, but sometimes people will come through, and like, you'll find that Spirit will use people in your life to deliver messages to you. Like, oh, like, I don't know, whatever. You find that like the same person is saying the same thing over and over and over again, or like different people are saying the same thing over and over again. Like 3 different people will come by and be like, I think you should get a car. Or like, whatever the case is, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, like, the opportunity presents itself. Well, that was Spirit, like, leading you in the right direction, pushing you in the right direction so that you could be able to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. Like, for example, before, like, I actually finished my book, there were, like, so many different, like, readings or, like, watching videos and like all these things, and like this book just kept on coming up. Like, oh my god, like, you have this, like, some of you guys just have a book that you need to write. Like, I think the last one, like the final straw, was Ralph Smart, like a month or so ago, which is funny because I don't even watch Ralph Smart like that. I really don't. But when I do, it's normally like Spirit, like, go watch Ralph, and then he'll say something, and then I'll be like, oh, why is he talking to me? Why is he like, and then I'll be sitting in the room, and like, for some reason, he'd be looking in the direction that I'm sitting, and it's like not where I would normally be sitting. So it's like, what's going on here, sir? Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? Get out of my line. Get off my line. But like, that pushed me to actually finish my book, to actually like do it, which is my shadow workbook. You should go check it out. Exposing Your Shadow. Okay, but anyways, that really it really pushed me to like, okay, well, like, I've had 3 readings this week, and for some reason each one of these readings are all saying the same thing, so maybe I should just go and finish my book. Just a thought, you know what I mean? So and it's like things like that where it'll be like the same kind of reoccurring message. I'm sorry, my cat really, he took all the crack this morning. But it'll be the same message over and over again. So take heed to those when those come through. So I also want to see what can you expect for romance over the next in 2022? What can you expect for romance? My pile number 3s, group number 3, because we didn't do piles today. Okay, so it looks like financially, looks like this year you're focused a lot on your finances and getting that stability. You may even have, like, your partner may even be somebody that you can make money with, like somebody who has the wise to be able to do things. Make an effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Codependency. So yeah, that may be like a whole thing. For those of you who are in a relationship, love, codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. So make sure that you're putting in what it is that you want in your life, and not, if you like are in a relationship, make sure that like you're actually putting in the energy, putting in the effort, not putting things above your mate, you know, especially if you have someone who's just loyal AF. Don't allow things to get in your way. But I am going to do a separate reading later on about basically like love in general for 2022. So, but health issue or healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So for a lot of you, going back to shadow work, check out that shadow workbook, because I'm telling you that if you do have issues with your parents, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a parent, it could just be somebody who like you felt wronged you in some way, shape, or form in your family, who has made it so that you don't necessarily trust yourself or like others. This is spirit telling you to like heal that part of yourself, to do the shadow work, because you don't want something that I noticed. Something that I noticed was basically like my relationship with my mom especially had affected my relationships moving like outside of just like my mom, right? Like when it came to romantic relationships, because deep down inside I felt like if my mom can't love me, then why would anybody else want to love me? If my own mother, the person who gave birth to me, can't love me in the way that I felt like a mother should. And I realized that everybody has their own way of loving or whatever, bless, you know, but I realized that because I had held on to like that type of mindset, that type of thinking, that it really did affect me from being able to have actual relationships. It had to get to the point where it was basically like, do I want to allow this to continue to affect me? You know, this is part of the reason why I advocate so much for shadow work, is because if we can get to like those parts where we're causing our own issues in life and truly like start weeding them out, then we're able to actually build strong, meaningful relationships. And if we have strong, meaningful relationships and then we have children, then our children don't necessarily have to deal with like a bunch of shadow issues. If we learn how to heal our shadow, then we're able to help those who like we see who have shadow issues to be able to heal with their own shadow. Can you imagine what it would be like if we had a world that love is the highest frequency. We always talk about moving into like the 5D consciousness. Now, can you imagine a world where love is the lowest frequency, where love is the baseline, as opposed to in this world it's really about like it's fear is the baseline in this world, and anything above that is amazing. Now, can you imagine a world where fear isn't there, where pride isn't there? Like the lowest thing maybe is like a little bit of pleasure, because I don't want life without pleasure. But then like human pleasures maybe something different than like spiritual pleasures. I wonder what spirits do to get pleasure. I feel like they just be messing with the humans. That's how they get their pleasure in life, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Anyways, let's see what the Moonology deck has for us. What do you have for this group, Spirit? Confidence is key, so make sure you're working on your confidence. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Don't let your pride get in your way. I love how like these two came out back to back. You also have emotions are running high, a fiery climax approaches, and a powerful change. So expect a powerful change in this year coming in. There's going to be a lot of changes. When it comes down to it, I know it's like confidence is the key to success, and then like don't let your pride get in the way. There's a difference between being confident and knowing like I have everything that it is that I need to be able to do this, and allowing your pride to get in the way. If you're allowing your pride to get in your way, that's like, okay, well, like, I'm confident enough to do this. I am so confident that, like, I don't need help. But, like, that's, like, the saying or, like, the story where, like, the, like, person's stuck in the middle of the ocean and, like, there's these 3 different ships that come through. And then, like, they end up dying even though they, like, refused to take the ships. And then, like, God's like, they get to God and they're like, God, like, why didn't you help me? And God's like, bro, I sent you 3 different ships. What was I supposed to do? You know? And it's like that. So don't allow your pride, that confidence that things are going to change, be your downfall, if that makes any sense. So just remember that. And as I feel like the Aries, during Aries season is going to be really big for you. I don't necessarily know why I wanted to say that, but like being Aries season is going to be big for you. This is where you're truly going to start feeling the effects of 2022, because let's face it, like, this is where the year actually starts. But emotions are running high. So over the year, when you choose to do your shadow work and when you choose to take these healing steps that are needed to be able to build a true foundation and grounding within yourself, understand that emotions are going to be running high. When you finally have this 9 of Cups moment, especially if you're somebody that's been waiting for a long time for this 9 of Cups moment, understand that, like, you're probably going to have like an ugly cry moment. Solomon, get... All right, Spirit, what additional advice do you have? Yeah, I love how, like, there's, like, this underlining, there's this underlining theme of shadow work in this group. You need to connect with your inner child. So make sure you're honoring your inner child. And sometimes, like, the way that you can honor your inner child the best is, like, doing something that you enjoyed doing as a kid. You know, if it's coloring or going for a hike or taking pictures or playing with the dog or, like, whatever. Like, these are all things that will help you to truly connect with your inner child so that you're able to really heal the things from the past. And make sure that you're doing these things. If you do decide to dive into shadow work, make sure that you're doing these things along the way, because they really help to speed up the healing process, because a lot of the times when it comes to shadow work, people will get stuck in the shadow and they don't necessarily take the time to see the light, to bring everything back to the light. Divine wisdom. So for some of you, this may actually have to do with a book or writing, but this could also mean that over the next year that you're going to be spending a lot of time studying, a lot of time learning, and knowing, just getting to new heights within the next year. Psychic development. So during the times that you find that your emotions are running really high, make sure that you're checking in with yourself, because these are emotions are tied to your intuition, and this could honestly just be spirit like nudging you in the right direction, reshaping you, reshifting you. Solomon, leave my basil alone. But this is truly spirit trying to break you out of your bubble, break you out of your boundaries. But at the same time, understand that you are divinely protected as you move forward. Spirit has your back, and you need to know this. So move as if it's so, and make sure you're making the connections. Make sure that you're actually spending time developing your psychic gifts. Alrighty, guys, definitely let me know how this resonates. I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye. Hey everybody, welcome to group number 4. I'm not sure what this is. I want to say it's like 4 or something, but I'll be honest, I don't remember. How's everybody doing? I'm doing amazing. I'm kind of tired though. Anyways, Spirit, what is it that you have for group number 4 for their 2022? What do you have for group number 4 for their 2022? So a huge lesson that you need to learn in 2022 is how to preserve your energy. This is going to be huge for you, because you're going to have a lot of things that are coming at you. Bottom of the deck is the King of Wands. So the King of Wands, he is your entrepreneur. He is spicy. He is extra spicy, but he is okay. He is... So communication is going to be something that's huge for you this year. Communication and contemplation, making sure that you're planning things out and that you're being very strategic with how you do things is really what I'm getting from this energy. With the Queen of Swords, I just feel like you're really going to be thinking about your future a lot over this next year, and that you're ending a lot of cycles. I feel like this is more so at the beginning of the year. You're going to be ending a lot of cycles. I get almost the sense of like from the beginning of the year till like spring happens, that you're going to be coming into a new self. Like, I would pay attention to rainbows. I feel like, and this might sound super weird, and definitely let me know, but I feel like when you see rainbows, there's going to be like changes, and I don't know why I'm saying that, but every time you see rainbows, like I feel like there's going to be a change that's not far from it. Like when you see rainbows, you're going to kind of hit your pot of gold, is what I'm really getting from that. And I don't know why, and I feel like over this next year, you may want to look into like sacred geometry. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about it, because like math was not my strong suit. I didn't understand why we were adding letters to numbers. It just didn't make sense to the girls. So, and I knew that I was going to be doing some variation of this, so I stopped paying attention. So anyways, there's a lot of cycles that are going to be ended, and I would look into sacred geometry, and maybe even alchemy for this group. You also have the Four of Wands. So this year is going to be a lot of celebration, and you may even be making a move. You may even be making a move, and this move I feel like is going to be you walking away from things you are just completely dissatisfied with, that are not working in your best interest, that you're just finding that like it's best to just walk away from, to just completely turn your back on. And I feel like that's part of the reason why preserving your energy is going to be so important for you this next year, is because you are, honestly, I feel like this year you're going to truly understand your sense of self. And if that's something that you've been seeking for a while, then this is spirit coming in and telling you that like now is time, that you're finally going to truly understand who it is that you are, but you're going to have to leave some things behind in order to do this, and really leave certain mindsets behind, because it's not just about leaving and moving. A lot of people get that misconception, like, oh, if I move, I'll be happy. Like, no, like, what is it that's making you unhappy where you are? Become happy where you are in order to be happy, where you're going. If that makes any sense. I feel like that wasn't a very good sentence structure. That's why I paused for a minute. But basically, to understand, to be happy when you get to where it is that you want to be, because understand that now is a season and it's not forever. Like, it may seem like it's tedious, but like if you aren't taking the time to grow, to nurture those parts of yourself, to become more emotionally sound, emotionally available, then how is this going to help? No. Okay. I didn't think so. Let's see what additional messages Spirit has for you. This says, what additional messages do you have for group number 4? Okay, so balance. Yeah. So, like, I don't know why that's came out. Literally, I think it's came out in every group. Is this trapped in fear? It's either been that or, like, bottom of the deck. So it's kind of interesting. Throat chakra. Any other messages, Spirit? I'm just over here, bottom of the deck, crown chakra. So that's so interesting because it's came out in a couple of the other groups as well, this crown chakra. So, like, your crown chakra is your connection to spirit, but it's like the disconnect from illusions as well. Like, you, if you watch Avatar, The Last Airbender, not the one with the blue people because I've never seen it, but when it comes down to it, your crown chakra is like basically detaching from the world around you completely and like just embracing everything that it is, being in the like I am presence. And so bottom of the deck, that's kind of what it is that you're getting to. And I feel like that just means that those who choose these piles are being taken to like a 5D type of consciousness, where kind of leaving like those things that no longer serve us. We've completed these cycles and we're moving into bigger and better things. We're no longer allowing what's happening in the world to really affect us. So hopefully we can continue to do that. So, but there is this trapped in fear. So don't, with this, it's, though he's like sitting there and he's like, he seems like he's in jail, this is really about an illusion. He's not trapped. Like, it's one of those, like, you're sitting there and you're staring at like the gate, but what you don't realize is that like that gate isn't freedom. Like, that gate is keeping something away from you as opposed to holding you back, because you're the one with all the room in order to move, where like there's tigers on the other side. So like, but by looking at the gate, then you're thinking, oh, well, I can't get out. It's an illusion. It's something that's in your mind that you have got to work through to be able to, and this honestly looks like it has something to do more so with emotions with this group. because you have emotional loss. So this tells me that you're going to really have to let go of the things that no longer serve you. I kind of always think of this card as like my spoiled milk card. It's the representation of the Five of Cups. And I always think of it as like the spoiled milk card, because it's like in a normal deck, it's basically a person who, they have these like two bowls or a bowl that's sitting next to them and they're completely full, but then the other have spilled out of their content. And it's like you're looking at these things that you don't have. You're looking at what you don't have as opposed to looking at what you do have. And with this spiral, the whole idea of this spiral is basically like giving everything to the universe and allowing it to like flow. And then if you are experiencing this kind of energy, you can always take and make a spiral kind of like this out of like sticks and stones and stuff. And what you do is you walk towards the center of the spiral. And as you walk in with all the uck that you're going through. And kind of just getting to the idea is like getting to the root of the problem as you get to the center. And as you get to the center, then you turn around and you go back out. And as you go back out, you leave with the intent that basically now you're healed. Now you're coming into something better. You're coming into a different way of being. With the throat chakra, this tells me that expression is going to be huge. And if you are going through these moments where you're finding that you're having to walk away from people, you're having to preserve your energy, this is truly speaking out like, no, my peace is more important to me than anything. Like, I love you, but this isn't going to work for the girl. And I feel like that's really what it is that's going on here. And I feel like for some of you, even though it's not necessarily family cards that are here, but I feel like for some of you this may have to deal with your family and saying like, I love you, but like we're no longer vibrating on the same frequency. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but we can't do this. And for some people this is just going to be branching out. For some people this may even be like a job, you know, the town that you're in, whatever. But either way, this particular group is definitely going to be making moves. It is important, and you may end up like somewheres by like water. Like that may be something that happens that's significant for you this year. Where you like go to like a river. I wasn't gonna say river, but like you go to the river, you go to the ocean, and like as you do this, like something shifts within your life. And if you do this and you find that during this time you're having a lot of heavy energy, take and release whatever it is into the water. You can do it. Like, go stand in the water if you can. Some lakes are gross. I've seen some. They're disgusting. But like, just allow the water, especially if it's flowing water, to just take all of that away from you, because it's going to be important. And this year is about really balancing. And with the Queen of Swords coming out and like all of this kind of emotional energy that's going on here, it's telling me that part of the balance that it is that you need to seek within this year is going to be the balance between honestly communicating and your emotions. And sometimes that is like the hardest thing to do, is to communicate your emotions and to communicate them in a way that is preserving your energy and not leaving you in a way that like you feel like you're missing out on anything. Because that's honestly, I find personally one of the hardest things for me, because like I will have something to say and then when I go to say it, it sounds completely fucking stupid or, you know, whatever. But it's like, I would rather say what I need to say than to not say it at all. And that's just me. That's how I am. But there is a lot of movement that will be happening. There is so much movement that's happening this year, and I don't necessarily see anything bad. Like, you have the Four of Wands. Like, the only thing is, like, this emotional thing and, like, the trapped in fear. But other than that, like, there's a lot of movement, and it looks like it's a lot of spiritual movement. Honestly, spirit, what is it spiritually that this group needs to know? What is it that this group needs to know spiritually about 2022? I don't want to do that. Okay, I'll take it. Anything else? Alrighty, tidy. Let's see. Bean. So we have the Earth Keeper in the medicine position, and we have Thunder in the medicine position. So this is the Earth Keeper. I love these cards, even though I can't necessarily always tell the art, but I like that because you see like something different all the time. Anyways, so that's 18. I read from the book on this one because I don't use this deck as much as I should. So I'm still learning the lizzles. Okay, so in the medicine position, as you care for your body, you show you care for Mother Earth. So begin to be the stewardship of your life or your health. What are you putting in your mouth? Are you feeding on food and thoughts that are not good for you? Start doing what you know will be good for you today. So this is basically what I was saying earlier about, you know, what is it that you're consuming, preserving your energy. And sometimes that does start with food. And I'm not saying that, like, not trying to say that anybody's health is any type of way, so please do not think that. But what I am saying is that are you making sure that you're taking care of yourself? Because that self-care honestly is like all of the things. Like, how's my mental health today? How is it, like, did I wash my ass today? Did I comb my hair today? Whatever the case is. But like, am I taking the steps necessary to take care of myself? And that starts with eating. Am I eating right? Am I actually doing what it is that I need to do and living, like, from the dust you come, from the dust you go, basically. Like, this turns into maggot food, or you have somebody cremate you. Just so everybody knows, Dottie wants to be cremated when she dies. I need this to be public knowledge. Do not let bugs touch me when I die. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. So, but this is basically showing your connection with the earth and like the creator, or, you know, however it is that you identify, but just knowing that basically you're taking care of yourself because you've been given this chance to be here. And I know sometimes it seems like I don't even want to be here, but know that you're here for a reason. And if you weren't supposed to be here, you wouldn't be here. Like, plain and simple. Your whole little soul would have been snatched out of your body and you would have been maggot food by now. Can you tell that Dottie doesn't call family when it comes to bad events? Because the things that come out of my mouth are just like, what did you say? Yeah, I'm not very good at it at all. And I'm just being transparent here. Thunder. Do you feel like it is unnecessary? Do you feel like unnecessary drama is waylaying your life? Could you be exhausted from listening to others tell you their never-ending victim story? Or could you be telling yourself a version of the same? It's time for an about face. You're being warned that to continue on this path will cause you to regret your choices. Even if they appear to be benign or familiar, it's time to say no drama, both yours and others. Focus on solutions rather than problems. You are worthy of a drama-free life. Yeah. So there are definitely going to be some things that you walk away from, and these things may cause like emotional trauma, like turmoil when they first happen. And you may be tempted to go back to them, But I feel like this is spirit really telling you, like, though you may feel like going back to them, or even like you needing to change, like I said, selling away from a way of thinking with the Six of Swords right here, selling away from your way of thinking so you can have like a better outcome, and learning how to preserve your energy and take your spiritual health and your mental health and your physical health more, being more proactive about these things, as opposed to allowing yourself to have a bunch of drama, to be filled with a bunch of shit that you truly don't want. Sorry, I got scared. I saw something and I got scared. Okay. Let's see what it is that Spirit has for you romantically this year. What romantic messages do you have for group number 4, Spirit? What's going on in their love life? Might be a lot of repetitive actions within your love life this year. Codependency and addictions are affecting your relationship. So this could be just like you leaning on your partner too much, or this could be you just like dealing with all this drama and it affecting your relationship. And it just be like an ongoing thing. And then finally, that's where Spirit's like, you know, I need you to turn away from this. And that's part of the reason why I feel like the crown chakra was here in like the first place, is telling you to kind of connect. But this, understand, as long as you continue on this path, you're going to allow yourself to be drained more. You're not going to have enough energy. You're not going to be able to manifest and bring in the things that it is that you desire, because you constantly, every time you look, you have drama. You have something going on, and it's not working for you, is what Spirit's telling you here. And moving forward, you need to make these movements forward, because if not, like, I feel like those who are watching this are probably dealing with this right now, or going into January. You guys are kind of dealing with this energy, and Spirit's telling you that it's going to pick up, it's going to be more, and it's going to leave you in this place where you feel trapped. And for those of you who like are the drama, it's the stuff that's playing around in your own head. This is Spirit telling you that like this is the reason why your life isn't going the way you want it to, and your life will never go the way that you want it to until you can release this. Okay? Please, because I want the best for you, and like don't let this affect your relationships. Yeah, don't allow this to affect your relationships. Let's see what this one is. You deserve love. You are lovable. So if you feel at any point that you aren't lovable, or that you have things that are going on that are just not the business, then keep it pushing. You know what I mean? Leave these people alone. Leave this way of thinking alone. If it's not serving you, then don't try and make it fit. Like, plain and simple. If it makes you unhappy, then don't do it. And I'm not talking about, there's a difference between like an ego unhappy and a soul unhappy. Like an ego unhappy is honestly like anytime somebody says something to me that like I already know, it's like, ugh, whatever. But like I hear them, like my soul hears them, even though my ego's like, you know, I could have done without you saying this right now. But that's mainly because like I know, or like I'm just like, ugh, stop telling me this, you know what I mean? So, but when like your soul's unhappy, it's what leaves you feeling empty, what leaves you just feeling like things just aren't working for you. Oh wait, wrong deck. But yeah, let's see what the Moonology deck has for you. What? That might not have been the wrong deck, but you know. It's a time to give rather than take. And I feel like this is about you What is it that group number 4 needs to hear right now, Spirit? But I feel like that's more about you taking time for yourself. What is it that group number 4 needs to hear? I'm sorry. I'm not sure where my brain was there. Spirit's like, I already gave it to you, and then you put it up. And then the other one was have faith in your dreams. It's time to give rather than to take, and then have faith in your dreams. So what it is like, remember back at like the Queen of Swords, where you're taking this time and you're contemplating about things and you're really thinking about things. Well, if you are not willing to communicate those things, if you're not willing to go after those things, and when it comes to giving, are you giving to yourself before you're giving to others? Honestly, that's really what I get more than anything, is are you giving to yourself more than you're giving to others? Are you giving to others endlessly and not leaving anything for yourself? Because there's a difference. There really is. There's a huge difference. Okay, Spirit, what is it that... what advice do you have for group number 4? For group number 4. What advice and closing messages do you have for group number 4? So this is a time for really learning and tapping into your inner wisdom. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. So... you have universal light and you have divine wisdom. So this is telling me that there are, I feel like for this group, a lot of light codes are going to be activated. And when I say that, like, you're going to awaken truly within yourself. You're going to notice things about yourself that you've never really noticed before. You're also going to understand just like cosmic being, if that makes any sense, and like exactly where it is that you place within the universe and how it is that you can use that energy to be able to help the collective. And then divine wisdom, I feel like this year is going to be a huge learning year for you, you know, especially with learning how to communicate, learning how to get your mind right. Going into this year, start listening to Abraham Hicks and people who are like that, who kind of help you to stay into a vibration, who constantly remind you, like, it's about the feelings. Your feelings are the way that you manifest. So bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Hey, it's hard. Okay. I had to... this girl, too much. Sorry. But with this divine wisdom, it's really about you tapping in. And for a lot of you, you may, especially with these two coming out together, you may find that you have claircognizance. So you just already kind of know things, like whether you know it or not, you just always kind of know things. And I feel like that's something that Spirit may be bringing to a lot of you guys. And a lot of you guys are really going to be activated this year. For some of you, you may just kind of be skimming the surface on the spiritual level, or like the spiritual community, just kind of learning and like dabbling, where like this next year, this is going to be something that is so boom. Like, oh my goodness, all the things, it's this, it's that, it's that, it's this, it's that, and it's just like all the things. So I feel like Spirit's really going to help you kind of bring this stuff in. So yeah, I definitely want to know how this is. And remember about like going after the things that you want. And I love the fact that right after that is the world. So go after the things that it is that you want this year. And especially if you want to start your own business, you want to go after things, you know, you see something you like and you're just like, okay, things start clicking, you're just like, okay, Spirit's really telling you to go after these things because you do have luck on your side. Like, Jupiter is with that ass. You always want Jupiter to be on your favor. Alrighty, guys, definitely let me know how this resonates, and you have a great day. Bye.